Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Miss Patty. I am with the Education Service Center, Region 2 at the Early Scholars Academy. I'd like to thank our sponsor, HEB Tournament Champions, for sponsoring our Creative Station Virtual Summer Camp. Today, it's one of my artists and my author, Eric Carl. So we're going to do some inspired activities from Eric Carl. Now, Eric Carl, he loved to do pictures with torn paper, but we're going to do some tissue paper activity, watercolor, and a painting. But I will tell you different things and how you can do that with the materials you might have at home. So today we're going to do the very 100 Caterpillar egg carton craft. Now, I do have one of these cardboard egg cartons. If you happen to have a styrofoam egg carton, you can still use that. You can use construction paper on the egg carton, just kind of tear it in pieces and glue it. Or if you have like sequins or stickers, you can use that on the egg carton because this is your caterpillar. So I'm going to use red and green paint to paint my caterpillar. Now, and also have some chenille stems. This will be for my antenna, and I can attach legs to my caterpillar. I'm going to need some scissors also. I'm going to put some googly eyes on mine, but if you don't have googly eyes, you can just use construction paper to make eyes. I'll show you that too. Now, this one, I got a piece of one. And then what you can do, these are very easy to take apart. You can put it as long or short as your caterpillar. You just kind of gently pull it apart like this. If you want to use scissors, you can. Pull it apart. There we go. Okay. Now, since I have this part here, I'm going to pull this off also. There you go. Kind of trim that up. Trim it up. Now, if you have styrofoam, you can cut it very easily with a pair of scissors. So here is my caterpillar. I'm going to trim this part first. Just trim it up a little bit. Styrofoam is easy to cut, so you can cut right down the middle. All right, so now I'm going to paint the body of my caterpillar green. So I have green paint. Now, if you don't have paint at home, you can use markers to color it. You can use torn construction paper, because Eric Carl used torn paper to make his pictures in his books. And I also have some paper towels with me. But sometimes I get to paint on my fingers. Now, this will be good for when you let the paint dry before you start adding the extra legs on there, doing any kind of embellishment, adding stickers or little pieces of sequins if you have that. But I'm not going to let it dry. I'm going to show you. And then once it dries and you miss a spot, you can always go back over it. Okay, so there's my green. And I'm going to paint it red. This is going to be right on the head of my caterpillar. Now I'm using red and green. You can use any other color paint. Okay, that looks good. Got it kind of all over, sort of like that. All right. Let me kind of wipe my fingers off a little bit. Now, I do have googly eyes here, but let me show you how to make eyes on the caterpillar. So what I'm doing, so my caterpillar is like this, so I don't need very big eyes. I can just kind of cut a piece And what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it like so. So I can make two pieces at once. And I'm going to kind of make like a little oval for the eye. Now, if you need to draw a pattern of your eyes, you can, and then cut it out. Okay, so I have two little ovals for my eyes. Now, I'm going to need something in the middle of my eyes, so I'm going to use some green. I'm going to cut a piece, do the same thing, fold it. Now this time I'm not going to need that big, so I'm going to have to make a little circle. And go around, or a little oval if I like. Okay. Now I'm going to get my glue. Just put a, I might have to use my fingers so it's so little. Like this. I'll use my fingers. I don't mind getting them sticky. I think art is a very sticky work. You don't have messy fingers? You need to do some more artwork. So I'm going to put it like this. And then I'm going to attach it to my caterpillar. I'm going to put some glue. Let's see if I can get the glue to stick on there. That's one. Oops. See, it's best to let that paint dry. And then do the other one. Okay. Let's see if this will stick. Okay. So see, I've got my little eyes right there. Now, for the antenna, I have some chenille stems, and I don't need it that big, so I might kind of do it in half. Cut it in half, and if it's still not too big for you, you know, once you make one, you can cut that one in half and make two smaller ones. I think I'll leave it like this, and I'm going to curl the end for my antenna, and then I am going to stick it right in the cardboard. Now, since I had a little trouble, what I'm going to do very carefully, poke a little hole with my scissors, be very careful, and then I'm going to put it right in here. There we go. Now I'm going to go on the other side. You might want to have your parents, grandparents, or aunt and uncle, whoever helping you might do this. Poke the little hole because it's, don't want you to hurt with your finger with your scissors. So I'm going to do on the other side. So I got my little antenna there. Now, I have my body, so I can put legs. I think I'll use some green legs. Now, since I don't need them that long, I'm going to cut it in half. I'm just estimating, or you can bend it. I'm going to cut another piece in half, the other piece in half. If you have the styrofoam egg carton, when you insert the legs, it's very easy because this will go through the styrofoam because of the little wire. So let me see if I can get this in without. Nope, I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you another idea. If you get a pencil, this happens to be a color pencil, and then what you can do is use the pencil to make the hole. You go round and round, kind of twist it around, okay? Whoa. So when you have some holes in there, you just attach it to like this and bend it. Here's the other one and bend it. So if you twist it, you still have to be careful, don't poke this out. Okay, let me go on the other side. And twist it again. It's better if you wait for the paint to dry because it gets a little soggy. So before you put the legs in there. So as you can see, I'm getting my legs in there. Let me go down here a little bit. You can put however many legs you want. This. I think I'll put one more on this side. So see if there's your very hungry caterpillar. And then you can always check out that book at the library, or maybe you have it at home. All right, so let me clean up my area. I'm going to put this down here, right here. Got some paint. Clean up my hands a little bit. Put these over, and I can save these for another activity. If you can make little bugs out of those. Put this one here, and I'll let that dry. Okay, clean it up. All right. Now, my next activity I have, inspired by Eric Carle, is my tissue paper letter. What you're going to need, this is my picture frame I'm going to use. You can use any kind of picture frame that you have. Make your own. Tissue paper. Okay, you're going to need a couple of pieces of paper. I happen to have some orange and white. I drew my letter of my first name. My name is Miss Patty, so Patty is my name. And I drew this in like a block style of shape. Now you can, if you can't do that, what you can do, let's see, you can just go down, make one letter, I'll make another letter piece. So I went down like that. I went around. And once I did, you know how you connect it to make the letter P? I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go down, then go across. So I didn't go all the way over here. I stopped, I went down and across. Now to make the little, I went in and made the little hole for my letter P. Okay, so what you are going to do next is with the tissue paper, you're going to cut some pieces. Now, this one, you are going to overlap a little bit. That means you can go right over the line. Because some pieces won't fit, some will. So I put a long strip of different color paper. So I have my glue stick. Now, if you want to cut pieces to make them fit, you can. So I'm just going to put some glue. Like this, and then I have a piece here, and I'm just going to start. I'm going to try to stay right at the line so it'll be easier to cut, but if not, it's okay. And I'm going to put some green here. Now I do have a little piece right there that doesn't have, so what I'm going to do is cut a little piece, and I put it right there. Okay. And you're going to still continue it all till you finish your letter. I'm going to need some more glue that comes out. I'm just going to put some glue all the way down this letter. Okay. So I have some green here. Now this one kind of looks too big, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit to make it come here. Now you can overlap your colors. Will be fine. So over here, I'm overlapping. You can do different colors you want. Now, there's also another idea on the tissue paper. If you don't have tissue paper, you can use construction paper. That will just work just as fine. You still do the same thing. You will make your letter. You will make it a block style letter. Or even if you want to just make a letter and then just glue construction paper onto it, you can. I'm going to put the orange here. I'm going to overlap this color a little bit. So I'm going to put some yellow here. Now see, I overlapped it, but I can still see the bottom, so I don't need to trim it. I can just cut. Let me go this way. Get a color. So I'm going to move this a little bit. Put this here. Now I'm going to have to do some overlapping because of the space and the shape of the letter. I'm going to kind of go over it, and then I can just put the little paper there. Like that. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of sticking to me. Put that one there. Oops. I'm going to put some glue right on top of that one, and I'm going to overlap it because of the letter. And I'm going to make sure I put glue here. So I'm going to overlap the outline. I can still see through it, but if you have construction paper, you can trim it. Don't forget you can trim. One more piece about here. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim this. That way I can kind of get an idea where my letter stops. One, try to cover the whole thing. I think I can put a little purple in right here. See how I'm overlapping? It doesn't matter which pattern you follow. This is your letter. Okay. So now that I completed my letter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it, and I see where that line is. You're going to cut out your letter. Come down. Trim this part off. You see? Now, this is where you're going to have to be careful. What you can do is get your pencil and poke a hole right in the middle. So what I did, I put my pencil there and just lifted up the paper a little bit just to get the scissors in there so I can cut out the center of the letter P. Okay. So I have my letter P. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame it. So let me clean up my area a little bit. Here. Now the tissue paper, I'm going to put it in a baggie, and I'm going to save it for another activity. So that's what you can do at home. Don't throw those pieces away. Just get a baggie and put it in there, and then you can label it as collage material that you can use for other things. So I have my piece of construction paper, and I measured it to my picture frame. This is what we had on hand here at the Early Scholars Academy. If you have an old picture frame you can use, you can even make this one your picture frame. Okay, and you're going to glue it. I'm going to need my stick. Some glue here, like this. I'm going to center it right in the middle, kind of get an idea where it's at. So I have this, you can stop like right there, okay? Or you can put it in a picture frame. Now, if you have a small picture frame, you just have to measure it, and you have to measure how big your letter. So it's going to look like this. So I have my tissue paper letter. It's by Eric Carle. I'm going to clean up my area. Down. Now, my last one is about the seahorse. He wrote a book about Mr. Seahorse. So I have, just downloaded this picture on the Mr. Seahorse. Now, this is on cardstock. It's a little bit more durable once I start adding water. If you don't have cardstock, but you have construction paper, when you download the image, let's see if I can see it. And you can hold it. I know it's kind of hard to see, but if you kind of go to your window, put it at the window, the light's going to shine through. The light's going to shine through, and then you can just trace it onto construction paper. Or you can just leave it on the white paper, and I'll show you both. Okay. So I got my watercolor here. I have some water and my brush. I'll show you both. But you don't want to use too much water on just the regular paper. So you're going to get some green for any color you want. So when you do it on regular paper, you're just going to go very gently because it's going to absorb. You're going to probably use a little bit more color than water to it. Okay, and then if you need to, you can always let it dry and then go back to one little section at a time. That way it won't get too wet and make full holes because the paper is going to absorb that water. Okay, so see, I got some on my table. See, get a little of that. So you can just do a little bit at a time. And then just let it dry and then go back. Okay, so I'm going to do some purple on the cardstock one. Cardstock is just paper that's a little bit thicker, but you can use watercolor paper. That will work well. You can still do the same thing. Just put it behind the watercolor, take it to the window, and it'll shine through, and you'll see the pattern. And then you can just trace it like that. Now this is your watercolor, so you can paint it any way you want. Sometimes when the watercolor is a little bit dry, you have to add some water. So just add some water to it. And then the way you wipe your brush, when you swirl it around, you kind of put it in the paper towel and then just kind of blot. You don't want to pull because then you'll pull the bristles out. So you can just kind of blot. Go to the next color. Now you can always use this in a picture frame also. You can cut it out and glue it onto another sheet of paper. Remember, this is your painting. You can do it any way you want. I'm going to do a little bit of blue right on the tummy. I'm going to blow out my paintbrush just to get some of the color out. Okay. Now there's also books on different sea animals with watercolor, and that's going to be on watercolor paper. So you get one of those also. Because the paper's a little bit thicker and it won't absorb the water so much. Okay. So I have my Mr. Seahorse. Okay, all right. Now those are the activities for Eric Carle. So we have the Eric Carle and the Very Hungry Caterpillar. I have my tissue paper letter. And then we have our watercolor, Mr. Seahorse. Thank you for joining me today. And I want to thank HEB Tournament of Champions for sponsoring the Early Scholars Academy Creative Station Virtual Summer Camp. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.